Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I'm really glad you're here. Today's date is Monday, April 10th, 2023. And in this video, I'd like to take a look at an aspiring politician, one in Canada. Now, normally I've kind of thrown in the towel on Canadian politics, just like a lot of the US ones, because there's so many shenanigans going on and our world is in so much change and flux right now. But let's take a look at Chris Sky. Now, this is someone who is an anti-jab activist, anti-face diaper activist in Canada, and he has been targeted negatively quite often by the mainstream media, and it sounds like even law enforcement has had it in for him. Whether they should have or not, we're going to find out. Okay, as we look at the information I have. Now I'm going to share the screen, take you to a compilation I've got on my Facebook page. There'll be a link to that compilation in the video description box, as always, if you'd like to pursue that yourself and see, a little more information. But let's look at what I have so far, and then we'll see what the cards have to say. All right, hang on. So here's a picture that Mr. Sky has on his official website. So I know it's one he likes. So get an idea of what this gentleman looks like. Okay, now some further information about him. Okay, here's one item I thought you might enjoy. From Telegram. Just mentioning that he has been acquitted on charges. Three counts he had of during the pandemic issues. Let's just leave it at that. But he has pursued justice and gotten some acquittals for some of the charges that have been brought against him. Then, now I didn't like the phrasing in this article about it. Okay, but it does talk a little bit about his campaign promises that he's made so far. All right, and he is against the 15-minute cities is one of them. Now on his personal Twitter page, he ran, so of course he's going to be skewed in his favor since it's on his page, but he asked about the choice of mayor of Toronto, vote and retweet, and there were only very small percentages for some of the other names that are being bandied about as Toronto's potential next mayor. All right. But again, this was his personal poll on his page. So of course it's going to be skewed in his favor. But still, even if you take that into account, it's looking pretty good for him. All right. Now the last item I have for you here is his official website. So you can read a little more about him, what he would like people to understand and know, despite the mainstream narratives. And I'm scrolling down, I hope that won't bother you. I just thought, let's take a look at, I'm sorry, let's go a little slower. Okay. Anyway, he has, he's flamboyant, he is colorful, he is opinionated. He offered $10,000 recently to someone if they could prove he had had the jabs. And a nurse came forward and hinted that he had was the reason he did that. Now, personally, if you listen, I read her statement of, again, where she didn't use his name, but she said had identifying markers on it. Whoever that was, that notable person that had had the jab, even then with her, he stated that it was against his will. It wasn't something that he was voluntarily doing. And I don't personally see whether Mr. Sky is or is not. He could absolutely be anti-jab and have had the jab. Many people are. They took it unwillingly because they wanted to continue providing for their families, or there was a travel emergency or something like that. That doesn't make them a hypocrite. It makes them, unfortunately, they are going to have to live with the consequences of having lost some of their medical freedom. So I don't see that as a barrier to him, to his candidacy, whether he is or is not. But let's take a look at the cards and see what the cards want us to know about Chris Sky. Now, of course, the name of my channel is Laura's View and Tarot 2. I have to tell you, there's something about him that just kind of makes my hinky meter go off a little bit. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But hopefully the cards will give him a thumbs up. And I do appreciate that he has vocally opposed official narratives, no matter what the cards want us to know. But let's look at what does the universe want us to know about aspiring politician and anti-jab activist Chris Sky, especially as relates to his integrity and trustworthiness. Let's see what the universe wants us to know, because at the base of things, that's what we really need to know. Is it someone that has integrity and could be trusted? All right, let's see. Okay, universe, what do you want us to know about Mr. Sky, aspiring Toronto mayor, and especially if commentary on his integrity and trustworthiness would be very, very welcome. Okay, our first card is the King of Wands. Next card is the Hierophant. Page of Swords. Three of Cups. The Hermit. Nine of Cups. Knight of Wands. Okay, well, this is kind of an interesting read. I'm going to tell you what I'm getting from it intuitively, and then I'll show you the elements and cards that led me to make these statements. First of all, Mr. Sky has strong leadership potential. So that is really, really good. However, we're getting a little more information here from the Hierophant, and it's too early for me to tell. The Hierophant can signal deep state ties, but the Hierophant can also indicate wisdom. So let's take a look at the rest of the cards here and see which way we should be taking this, okay? The recent past card shows up for him, the Page of Swords, and that's a card of intelligence and truth and diplomacy, so that speaks well to him, okay? The present card, we've got the Four of Cups, nothing troubling about that. As always, it hints at some hidden information that may easily be overlooked, okay? And by the person that we're asking about, all right? It also indicates that there's kind of a time of peace and relaxation, but don't let yourself be almost even a boredom, a tedium, because there's, things aren't gonna be changing rapidly and quickly and keeping things exciting and the adrenaline running. Okay, now we look forward to the near future, and we've got the Hermit card showing up, and this is in the near future. And my Hermit card is my divine and off-world energy. Now, it's always good to look at what he's shining a light on, and he's looking at the Nine of Cups, okay? Nine of Cups is a card of, I call it my 90% card, 90% satisfaction, job well done, things like that. Now, our less important advice card, our secondary one here is the Knight of Wands, which is one, now this speaks to his personality. He can be a little bit reckless, okay? He's kind of a restless soul, all right? But again, I'm not getting anything nefarious here with this. I think this is hinting more to the fact that the mainstream media would like to paint him as a buffoon, but he's actually got a little more wisdom going on than we would like to think. I'm not giving him a clean pass though, because especially if he hasn't been candid about medical decisions, things like that, I mean, that's going to impact a little bit of how we're going to end up viewing the man. And quite honestly, since we don't know what went into all of those ingredients, sometimes people are impacted by those, like it or not. Let's get a couple other cards and see what we got here. We got the Magician showing up, which is a card of manifestation. Okay, and again, where we had some energy going on here and vision being indicated with the and leadership here. The Magician can make things happen, okay, and has access to all the elements. So that's actually, you know, he may be able, if he gets in there, he may actually be able to do some really good things for Toronto, okay? And the Two of Cups speaks to possibly an agreement. This again, landing on top of the Hierophant, makes me be a little hesitant and wonder if he's gotten some kind of a, if he hasn't compromised his values in some way and reached an agreement, okay? Let's see here, a couple more cards to see what's going on. All right, maybe he hasn't, because we have a generosity card here with the Six of Pentacles, okay? And a card, the Six of Swords, always indicates moving, protecting innocent life and moving out of troubled waters, okay? So this agreement card here may have more to do with agreements he's made to enter the political arena and not just simply be an activist. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say his leadership potential is really, really good. Okay, and his manifestation ability to follow through with his campaign promises is really, really good. And that if he does get in and becomes the mayor, he is going to have some integrity and try to follow through with his campaign promises. Okay. Now, as with everybody, we'll need to watch and make sure that that integrity and trustworthiness continues despite, you know, temptations and what have you. Because as we all know, those do happen, especially as you get in the public eye. So let's recap. We were asking about Chris Sky, aspiring mayor of Toronto, the largest city in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. And I was wondering about his integrity and his trustworthiness, and we got a pretty reassuring read from the cards about that, with the caveat that with more power and authority, that he can continue to avoid pitfalls and temptations that might come his way. And that'll be interesting to see. But that's always interesting with all of us. I mean, can we avoid that 3D type of mindset and greed and take that high road? I mean, that's a frequent challenge for all of us to face and hopefully conquer. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for your time and attention and being part of things here with me here at Laura's View and Tarot 2. I don't take your time for granted. And I send everyone here, and so does Chloe if you can hear her in the background. I send you love and light, and until next time, love life and be your best self. Oh, speaking of Chloe, there she is. Okay, so goodbye from us and love to you, and may all be well. Bye.